Originally, it was the closest school with a second language program. But the more that we learned about the German bilingual program, the more we fell in love with it. The fact that there's an exchange trip that the kids can do in grade 8, the fact that when they finish it, they do their Sprachdiplom and they're able to study in Germany. They've got a piece of paper that says, I know university level German. It was just amazing, and the teachers are phenomenal. My husband's father actually emigrated to Canada from Germany at the time that Hitler was coming to power. But because of that, it was not popular to be German. So none of the language, culture, nothing was passed down to my husband's dad or to himself, just absolutely nothing. Mm-hmm. My husband doesn't speak a single word. I took 1 year of university German, beginner German in university, so that's totally different and completely useless to my daughter. She was trying to get me to tell her the names of all the barnyard animals in German, and I'm going, that's not what we learn in university. You find out, where the library is and what you're studying, that's about it. So I was absolutely useless to her when she was starting the program. When my daughter was around 3, she looked at the stop sign and said, S-T-O-P spells stop, right, Mommy? And I went, oh, geez, I'm in trouble. So I looked for something that would be some form of a challenge for her. If she's already spelling and reading prior to age 4, what is she going to learn in school, or how can she be challenged and be kept engaged? So was looking for specifically a second language program. Wasn't too concerned about the specific language. What's been accomplished, though, through this program as a bilingual program, and having talked to other parents, there is no way I would put my child into an immersion program. There's so much feedback that I get saying, or that I did get saying, that the children would forget the original language, so that the kids would be great in French, for example, but not know anything in English. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted, if there was going to be a second language, both languages to be learned at the same time. And the bilingual language program's been perfect. It's been absolutely perfect. She's learned both languages at the same time. It's added enough element of a challenge that she felt engaged in school, not overwhelmed, because if they didn't know the word in English, they were either asked to describe, if they didn't know the word in German, they were asked to describe it, or say, how do I say blah in German? And they were prompted quite a bit. When my daughter did the exchange trip, the feedback that she got was, we can't believe that you don't speak German at home. She was just so well immersed into the language through the school system that she, from what I understand, speaks German without an English accent. And when they were coming back through the airport in Toronto, the Canadians were saying, we didn't realize you spoke English so well, because they're hearing the friends talk German amongst themselves, and just flipping back and forth between the languages. Outside feedback has been there's no accent on either side, and that all of the kids that especially did the exchange trip, their German is amazing and their English is amazing. Our downside has been that we couldn't give any support, and all of the parents who were fluent in German have always said, if you don't know, if you don't understand, if your daughter has any questions, just have her call me. We'll help you out. And there were a couple of projects that were supposed to describe my family where, again, we were absolutely useless. And the other moms were, no, this is the right ending for the word. Oh, you need to change this so that it's got the right case and everything else. And everyone is just so supportive of the entire program. The exchange trip that happens in grade 8 wouldn't happen without the parental support. It just wouldn't happen at all. And originally the exchange trip did happen as a parent initiative as opposed to a school initiative. Through our fundraising and such, casinos and whatever, we make sure that there's enough German books for home reading programs. If the student chooses, or the family chooses to have German books sent home to do as part of the home reading program. One of the other German associations in Edmonton is hosting a soccer tournament, and they do all the advertising for the bilingual program as well. it's just such a strong community with strong morals. It's phenomenal just being involved in this and being a part of it. One of the attractors to coming to this school was, again, when my daughter was really young, we're trying to figure out what elementary school to go to. Came to the playground and it ended up over recess, and watching how the older kids looked out for the younger kids was just amazing. An older kid accidentally knocked over a younger kid and the kid stopped, looked, said, "Are you okay? Are you okay? No, are you sure? Do you need a teacher? Are you okay?" And it wasn't just an off the cuff, "Oh, I'm sorry, you okay?" kind of a thing. It was an actual stop to make sure that the child was fine. And when you have that kind of emotional responsibility from an older child to a younger child happening on the recess and on the playground, you know that the community and the parents are wonderful people. They're people I want my kids to be hanging out with and learning from. It just makes them well-rounded, better people. If I can convince my daughter, hopefully she will spend a year over in Germany studying a little bit, get a chance to explore. My boy has told me he wants to become a jet fighter pilot, so that might mean he's ended up stationed in Germany.
Oh, it might take him there.
So they will definitely end up using the language, and I'm really hoping they do.